We're at the Alamogordo Airport at Black Hills Aviation Incorporated, owned and operated by Arnold Kolb of Alamogordo. Mr. Kolb and his associates fly surplus military aircraft to drop chemicals on forest fires from above. Mr. Kolb, I understand the B-17, the old World War II Flying Fortress, has played a large role in your business. Is that true? Why did you pick 17s?
Well, we picked them because of being the rugged aircraft, which they are, and also their low maintenance and real dependable engines, and also the ability to carry a large load and still fly at slower speeds, so we can drop it on forest fires without it breaking up too badly. As it leaves the airplane, of course, into the slipstream, we need to slow it down to about 110 to 120 miles per hour, and this does it real well.
I see. That's some of the same features that you're using the aircraft for is what made it such a great plane during World War II. Is that true?
Well, that is true. The fact that it has the turbines in it also gives us good performance out of the high-altitude airports like Colorado Springs and Laramie, Wyoming, which are all 7,000 feet above sea level. And a lot of airplanes can't perform out of that unless they are turbocharged.
I see. Well, this is a B-17 behind us. What's the history behind this particular aircraft?
Well, I don't think this one ever showed had any role in the war. It was built after the war in 1944. Then it went to New York for storage, and then it was taken to North Dakota for static display by some school, and then the Canadians bought it, and they were mapping icebergs and near the Arctic Circle, and also had flown some in South America for high altitude photography. We bought it in about '71 and converted it to a tanker.
All right, it's flown many, many miles for many different purposes. Now, I understand that there's something particular about this aircraft that ties it to White Sands Missile Range. What is that? Well,
in 1970 and '71, when we first moved here, we bought a lot of the B-17 wrecks that they had used for their missiles. And one engine in particular was just like a brand new engine, except for the bottom cylinders had some fins broke off of it. We took the engine and sent it in for overhaul, and that's in number 2 position right now.
This is the number 2 engine right here?
Yes, sir.
Then that actually came from White Sands Missile Range, where it was used as a drone, actually used as a drone aircraft, the B-17, and was shot down by a missile.
Yes, sir.
And now it's going to the Smithsonian Institute to be part of their display there.
Yes, sir.
I think that's pretty special, don't you?
Well, I think it is, especially when it just shows that the thing is hard to kill. You know, even the engine, after going through that kind of treatment, it's still functioning, and functioning very well.
That's what a lot of the pilots say during World War II. A lot of them, of course, were shot down, but they could almost always depend on getting home with the aircraft, no matter how badly it was shot up. Thank you, Mr. Kolb, and we'd like to look at the aircraft a little closer.
Yes, just help yourself.
This bill goes to the Alamogordo Airport with Mr. Arnold Kolb of Black Hills Aviation.
Okay, go ahead. This is the engine we were talking about a minute ago. The bottom cylinders were the only ones that had any damage to it, but not knowing whether it was any internal damage, we sent it in for overhaul. And they replaced the bottom cylinders, and of course new bearings, and we've been operating the engine maybe about 400 hours. Then also some of the other things that come from the White Sands is the gear retract motors, and a lot of them, it's just a little electric 24-volt motor that retracts a landing gear, which has a motor on each gear, the left and right main and the tail wheel. Some of those motors we took off of the wreck and just put them on the airplane, never overhauled them or anything. They were just like brand new, but kind of preserved in the sand. And some of the struts we used parts of the bearings, and of course the wings, and that part of it was pretty badly mangled. but the fact that it didn't burn and didn't completely destroy itself is kind of amazing.